Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. If you have ever thought about starting Raid Shadow Legends, then now is a wonderful time to start, because Plarium just gave me a new promo link for Raid Shadow Legends, for creating new accounts in Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you Plarium for sponsoring this video, thank you for providing me with this link, because now, with this link, you can see it on the QR code, you can find it down below in the description. Your new account will start with Deacon Armstrong after the tutorial. Then you're going to get Uugo at level 15, Tagoar at level 20, and Zargala at level 30. And that gives you such a wonderful start. It's completely different than starting raid would have been like a year ago or 2 years ago, or actually whenever before, because this is a wonderful set of champions. Deacon Armstrong is one of the strongest support champions in the entire game. His first skill, in raid it's called A1, brings Leech. So after he has applied that to the enemies, your other characters attack them, then those other characters will heal from that. His A2, so his second ability, brings area of effect decreased defense, so it makes your enemies all have a harder time defending, all of them. And his A3 is turn meter manipulation, which is super strong in raid. So he makes your allies go faster and enemies go slower. And if you put him as your pod leader, then he's going to increase the speed of all of your allies in the team, which will make them go even faster, so they will whack even harder. Uugo is another wonderful support that has similarities with Deacon, but also some differences. Uugo also brings Leech with his A1, also brings decreased defense with his A2, which also brings block buffs. And then on his A3, he brings some healing and some cleanses. And if Uugo is ever the last person on your team alive, then he's going to just bring everyone else back to life. And then there's Tagoar, who's really bulky support healer character. So he brings increased defense to a single target. Then he brings an increased speed buff for your team, so your team will hit faster, and also big heals. And also area of effect revival, he can bring everyone else back together with a shield effect. And he also makes all of your characters take less damage when they're at below 50% health. The fourth champion you get from this promo link is Zargala, who is kind of the most mediocre of these. That's to say something, because she's not bad either. She has a single target weaken attack, then he has another single target attack that if it kills an enemy, then she's going to attack area attack on all of the enemies. And then the area attack that also brings decreased defense. And if she's your leader, then your allies will have more accuracy. And when you have a team with 3 top-tier supports and 1 pretty decent DPS, but not super top-tier, then what you want to do is you want to enter the new player code DEMONSLAYER as soon as you can enter promo codes after the tutorial, which is going to give you Tholin Foulbeard. And Tholin Foulbeard is a great AoE DPS champion. And then when you have this great DPS champion together with all of those supports, then that's just going to make the game so easy at the start. So with these characters you will have access to all sorts of leader auras, and all of them apply to all battles, so whatever content there is. You can buff attack, you can buff speed, always a great option by the way. You can buff health, you can buff accuracy, so attack or speed probably is what you want to do, but yeah, that's going to help. You have 2 characters with access to Leech, which will make your DPS heal themselves when they attack. You have 2 characters with access to Weaken, 3 characters with access to decreased defense. So first you will make your opponent's defense weaker, and then you're just going to bring in the damage. Note that these buffs do not stack, you can't decrease defense multiple times, but still you can get some of them to land, or you can have a little bit of leeway in how you build your team. You have access to increased speed, and you have access to turn meter manipulation through Deacon. So then you're also going to get the starter champ that everyone gets. Kayle is still the most common pick, and you probably still want to go with Kayle. You could kind of go wild because you have Tholin and supports into Elhain or Atel, because you don't really need to go into poisons. You have all these weakens and then all of this damage. But Kayle is still probably the safest pick. And that means that you will have 3 good DPS champions, 3 good support champions, and then you can mix and match these. Some content requires 4 characters, some content requires 5 characters. You can go with 3 DPS, 2 support, you can go with 2 DPS, 3 support. It's just going to give you incredible flexibility and basically the champions that you need to complete all sorts of early and mid-game content without even getting any additional champs. And then at the very start, usually you would start clearing the campaign with your starter champion, but here I chose to go with Tholin and then Deacon. I chose to give Tholin the early lifesteal set that you get from the apprentice pass, and then I gave Deacon I gave him the normal offense set that you get from completing 2-7 for the first time. And then they just going wild through the campaign. And sending Tholin and Deacon to the campaign looks something like this. Like Tholin just whacks everything. Well, now he has to do single target because he doesn't have all AoE skills. But he just starts by whacking the enemies, then they sadly get a turn, but then it's back to Tholin. Let's go again, and let's go again, and let's go again and again, and this pair is just going to evaporate the campaign. In addition to the campaign, you really want to go through these arbiter missions and just go through this line because there's so much great stuff coming from those. And weave in some daily quests always whenever possible, weave in some challenges, weave in the passes. So these things here are mostly what are going to guide you. But with these champions, the DPS brought by Tholin from the new player code, and then all the support that is coming from the promo link that you can use to create your account. And this is just such a wonderful time to start raid, and these champions are so much fun. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.